Sir, thank you for accepting our interview offer. My question is, once you were a Christian and you were trained and grown as a soldier, and actually your homeland is very, very far away, what's known as Muslim world, the real Muslim world. And the idea of being Muslim, how do you come to the decision of being a Muslim? Can you tell us about your story of being a Muslim?
Thank you for inviting me. I thank you for being part of this family of audience, prestigious one. Yes, being the first Muslim converted, reverted in Ecuador, publicly announced around 30 years ago, my conversion. I was just searching for a spiritual feeding, spiritual answers. I was looking for God at that time. Allah, known now, the unique, the supreme. He is the one who guided me to this path of Islam. It was during the war between Ecuador and Peru. Peru is our southern neighbor, south of Ecuador in Latin America, northwest of Latin America by the Andes Mountains. In the hudud, in the limits, border of Ecuador and Peru, we fought a war some 36 years ago. I was a second lieutenant of the Ecuadorian Army, military engineer, and my mission at that time was a specific mission to blow up a bridge and to defend with my military unit part of our family and values. And there was explosion, a big explosion that came over there, and I saw very close the death. Death was very close to me, and I saw the steps of losing consciousness and being close to the supreme being. That particular moment, I was not prepared to face God, meaning I was not in peace with Him. And this moment drove me later to find a religious way of life that can give me this inside peacefulness when I will find sooner or later the death. I want to find peace when my true death will come, when the angel of death will charge on my soul. So that's the purpose of following Islam. I found this peace in Islam through classmates of mine. I dropped off the army. I was discharged with honorable medal as a national hero because of defending my country. And then I pursued studies in the United States. My father, Allah yarhamu, he helped me to go to the United States and find a university over there. I found some Muslim classmates of mine at that time from many countries. One was from Turkey, the other was from Saudi Arabia, from different parts of the Muslim majority countries. And those were my inspiration. Those people, those students were my inspiration. Why? Because what they profess, what they speak, what they act upon was similar according to their principles. They carry on their principles in their actions. that was the point that turned me to think about Islam as an alternative. I was searching for religions. I searched in many denominations, hundreds of denominations in the United States for several months and years. Finally, I found Islam, and I found peace in Islam. What was my breaking point? People many times ask me. My breaking point was when I saw the Muslims bowing down for sujood. For sujood, that was my breaking point. I never saw people, with my military background, I saw order and discipline entering into the mosque, leaving the shoes, making lines, one commander in front, and everybody obeying the commands of this imam. Everybody in a very much respectful way, praying to this supreme being, the God, Allah. That was when my heart started shaking, and I knew this was the true religion, and I know this is my aim.
Okay, so this is the story of your being a Muslim. Then I think you came back to the Quito, the capital city of Ecuador, and you launched the Islamic Center of Ecuador with a Muslim family, and I think you found them, and then you set forth the road, I think, all together.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I went to pursue studies in Islamic University. Then someone of my classmates told me there is a Dasum family in my country. I had a break during Ramadan. I went to Quito, Ecuador, my own hometown. And besides my father and mother, they were the only ones who knew that I became Muslim, that I'm reverted Muslim, and my brothers. No one else knew it. And I said, I respect everyone, but I will have some selection in my eating habits, and my code of dress is like this, and my drinking, I can drink this drinks also. Some superficial features, let's say, but they have meaning because of the theological basis. But then I found the one who is my wife now. Through a telephone call, I wanted to find some more Muslims, and she said that there is a small mosque. We got together there, and Alhamdulillah, Allah united us for goodness, and we started. We got married in short time, maybe 6 months. Some people, they ask me, you became Muslim because her beauty attract to you. I said, no, I'm so sorry, sir. This might be some stories, but I was attracted first because of the theological uniqueness of Allah the One. And second, because of my wife, uniqueness in her gender. So I respect her very much. And then after getting married and having children, we wanted to pass our Muslim values and traditions and education to our children and to the Muslim children of our family, our Muslim brothers. Very few of us. So that's why we donated half of our house to become a masjid. That's a waqf. The first floor of our house, this is the big Islamic center of Ecuador. It's actually our home. This is our humble effort. May Allah accept it. And that became the first Ecuadorian place for Islamic education and spirituality.
So what's the number of Muslims in Ecuador?
We started 4 men, 5 women, and several children, but after 26, 27 years, maybe we are around 6,000. 6,000.
Right now,
I have seen 6,000. Actually, Ecuador and several other Latin American countries, we have a democratic point of view.
Is there any obstacle against maintaining your Dawah mission?
There is no obstacle. There is no. It's a free country. It's just some privileges that certain governments still are given to certain religious
priority.
Yes, maybe for centuries they have given privileges
because they are the original religious.
Yeah, actually I should not call them original. If we call original, they should be the original religion from our Indian, native Indian ancestors. That should be the original religion from in Latin America, which mean they used to worship God in certain way. That was the original. Before the Spaniards they conquered Latin America. So it is a challenge there. Actually, it is where the laws and regulation of the government does not prevent to any Muslim or Islamic organization to spread Islam or any other religion, but there are certain privileges to certain people and certain denominations.
And the next question is: Islam is the fastest spreading religion in the world, but what's the condition or what is the situation in South America about in the sense of Islam?
Islam still do not know in Latin America, I would say, in its full capacity. It's not known in Latin America. Still fighting some stereotypes. Once they know Islam, they embrace Islam with fully faithful heart and mind. That's what I could say from this point.
Okay. The last question is: as you know, for more than 100 or 200 years, Islamic lands or Muslim lands have been exploited, have been occupied by Western countries, by Western and imperialist powers. And what do you think of the current political context of Muslim countries, including Middle East, Northern Africa, South Asia? These are the lands which are exploited, which have been exploited for more than 100 years. So, what can you say about that?
Well, first of all, now certain hegemonies, certain powers in the West do not represent all the people in the West.
Of course, yes.
And with the presence of Muslims in the West, we have to refer later on in a different perspective. We have to find another terminology. But there are certain countries who are, of course, now exercising for more than 100 years or 200 years or power in many senses. It started with Orientalism. Right after Napoleon, he occupied Egypt, and still continuing on this Orientalism and this domination. Now the domination is not only in Latin America. We also, Latin American people, we are not conquered by boots, but we are conquered by economical strangulation. So we all suffer. We all suffer in Latin America out of this. Like Southeast Asia, you mentioned, North African countries, the Gulf countries, those Muslim majority countries also suffer from this. We can unite this suffering of us and bring together, inshallah, a good result by shaking hands, by these proposals that my brothers are doing now, uniting together in one Hajj, in one Ummah. That would be a great starting point.
Thanks for your valuable words and for your participation.
Thank you so much.